Hello and welcome everyone. We're just waiting for our attendees to join. So Claire will launch our welcome polls. We're making it a more interactive session with the addition of polls. So please, if you could interact with our polls and give us your answer and let us know where you're joining from today. We'd like to know. Obviously, I'm sure you can tell by the accent that I am based in Scotland. I think for some of you that have been on the sessions before, I'm about 30 miles west of Glasgow in a little town called Irvine, right on the west coast, right next to the beach. And the weather is horrific today. It's absolutely pouring down. Typical Scottish weather. So let us know where you're joining from today on our polls. It'd be nice to find out. So we're just waiting for our numbers. There will also be a post-event survey. So we would greatly appreciate if you could complete this, as it will help provide feedback and suggestions for future webinars. We want to hear from you lovely people what you would like us to deliver and have it a bit more tailored, or let us know something that you need help and support with. We're happy to help and support you with any science equipment, product, practical that you need some help with. So the last count,
they're from Leicester, from Birmingham, North
London,
Wales, Lincoln. I wonder who's connected from the furthest away. It might be you, Lucia.
The furthest away, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Be good to know. So, yep, we've got lots of people from all over Aberdeen, Tamworth, London, West Midlands. So what's the high?
It's come up with a results table.
So we've got 16%, highest number coming from London.
And the southeast, very nice.
And then West Midlands, second. And then Yorkshire, Northwest. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of people from all over. And we've got another poll running as well. What is your current role in school? So if you want to, and we've got a huge number, as we would typically expect, of science technicians, 84%.
I can't see this one, Luce. Where's this one gone? Oh, can you see a results table?
I can see it, yeah. Can you see it as well, Nick?
No, not that one. Oh, Q&A, isn't it?
I think the last count we had for this sign-up, Nick, you'll be pleased to hear, was 240.
Oh, people. Amazing. Yeah, well done on pushing the word out. Thank you.
So well done. It has become extremely popular, our Timstar webinars. This is the highest number that's signed up. No pressure, Nick.
I know, right? Or is he having camera difficulty?
Getting more and more people. We've got Staffordshire, we've got Button upon.
Oh, look, there's someone who spells their name the same as me. Nicola with an H.
Hi, Fiona from Barhead. Hello, everyone. So nice to actually see names this time as well, seeing as we're doing it on a different platform. Fabulous. So I'm going to do a quick introduction again for those of you that have been on the webinars, just very much of the same format as before, but just to introduce myself, who I am, and then I'm going to pass you over to our lovely Nick after the intro. So hello everyone, welcome. My name's Lucian McCallum. Thank you for joining our 5th instalment of the Timstar Live webinar series. It's now that time, as I like to say, to grab your teas and coffees, and you'll see I have a lovely mug here with the atomic symbol for caffeine. And thank you to Lynn Morrison from Girvan Academy who gave me that lovely mug. Thank you, Lynn. So get yourself a tea and coffee, sit back and relax, and we hope you enjoy. The webinar will be recorded and is being recorded, so you can have access to all of our previous webinars, including today's session. We're happy to share links to any of these. So if any of you want links to any of the previous one and the one today, let me know and we'll get them out to you. This is a free session. It's expert-led monthly live webinar. It's focused on supporting secondary science education. Each session brings together experts like our lovely Nick here in the science education community, science teachers, science technicians, and specialist science suppliers to share practical insight, curriculum support, and bring it into real-world classroom applications. You will all receive a certificate of attendance, and this will tick the box for your CPD, so you can show that to your department and to your school. Your certificates will be slightly delayed as my colleague Simone is on holiday. She is in the lovely Barbados as we speak. So certificates will be delayed by about a week, but look out for them in the next week or so. So again, for those of you who know me, and those of you that don't, I have been promoting and supporting our Timstar specialist brand for almost 25 years. I've been in the industry, in the science education industry, for 25 years in total. Some of you may know me, some of you are familiar with who I am. I might have been in your school, I might have seen you at events, I might have done workshops for your students. So it's nice to see everybody and see different people as well that's joined the community. Some people have obviously retired that I've known for a long time. There's new people coming into the career. So welcome everybody. So Timstar have roughly about 4,500 products, which consist of glassware, chemicals, balances, microscopes, biotechnology kits, and so much more. And we're expanding our science product range thanks to the wonderful product manager, Mark Jeffrey. So we're covering chemistry, physics, and biology, and we are bringing out a Timstar catalogue thanks to the request of our lovely science technicians and science teachers in September. So we'll have the full range of products, and we're adding to those products as we speak. We work very closely with key suppliers like Nick from Lascells, who's running our session today. We've had Edvitech, OHouse and iSchool who have run previous sessions, and they will be coming back in future sessions as well. So look out for them. We have a resource hub to help you with lots of exciting and engaging practical content. So within the Timstar website, there is a little teardrop. If you click in there, you get Resource Hub and you get all your practical content, and you're free to download and share that information, but it's there to help and support you. It was written by a science technician, so please use and abuse it. There's also funding guides for you. So obviously budgets are extremely tight, and we have identified about 20 funding streams, and there's been lots of people that have been extremely successful. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. Institute of Physics, Royal Society of Biology, Royal Society of Chemistry, you get up to about £1,000. And there's wind farm applications in there. Even the Wilson Foundation apply for it. It takes you a bit longer to apply for these grants, and you're probably secured about £60,000. And some schools have been successful and kitted out full labs, which they couldn't afford to before. So have a look at the funding streams on there. There's also buying guides to help you with your roles. So just to sort of bring you up to speed, I know you might have heard this before in previous webinars, but Timstar, along with our other specialist brands, so we've got ModSport, we do all the PE and sport resources, we've got Gresswell, library and furniture, new builds, refurbs and projects, and technology supplies, TSL, which does all the design and technology. We were acquired by Commercial Services Group back in February 2025. We can now offer a one-stop shop, so you can come to us and we can support you in everything. So we have the addition of our CSG portfolio, which includes KCS Education, who have been established since 1930 and are the leading supplier of educational and early years products to schools and nurseries across the UK. We have almost 25,000 products ranging from stationery, curriculum materials and furniture. We also acquired Landscapes for Learning, supplying durable and affordable wooden outdoor equipment for nurseries and primary schools, as seen on Dragon's Den. So I've just been on a tech meet for the Wales technicians. Kerry Ann was hosting it at 1:30, so I had to jump on there and jump off at 1:45, introduce Craig because he'll be covering Wales. So anybody from Wales, look out for Craig, he's there to help and support you. So please visit our websites for further information on each of our brands and have a look at our fantastic range of products. Again, we have the largest field sales team, so we can come into your school, we can bring equipment, we can do free training, free demos, anything to support and what you need in terms of science resources. We have a fantastic customer service team, which are fast and reliable, and delivery is within 2 to 3 days. We've got high stock levels. We are excited and eager to help and support with your everyday needs and make your life that little bit easier. So as I said, we're running the Timstar webinars throughout the whole of the year of 2026, except for July and August. Obviously summer months when you lovely people will be off on your summer holidays. Just wanted to mention as well, we have lots of events coming up, so lots of times to meet up with each other. We have got the Institute of Physics, IOP, University of Stirling, next Wednesday the 27th. Usually a lovely day, nice sit down lunch. We've got on Friday, Royal Society of Biology at University of Glasgow, happening on Friday. We've got the Scottish ASE happening at Kinross High School on Saturday. If you're very passionate and very keen, come and join us there. And then we've got the English events coming up as well. So we've got John Booth's SciTech event running on Friday the 26th of June. 300 plus science technicians, science teachers, really well attended. Love to see you there. I'll be delivering my DNA fingerprinting workshop, so please attend, please come along. And then we've got Chris Bamboo at Capital City College on the 10th of July, which is in London. And again, 200 plus science technicians attend this event. I'll be there. And again, I'll be running the DNA fingerprint session. So just want to say, I hope you enjoy it. And I am going to pass you over to our lovely Dr. Nichola Swann, who's going to take you through a feast of physics practicals. Over to you, Nick.
Thank you, Lucienne. It's always nice doing things like this, and I've seen loads of comments in the chat. So there's a massive variety of people that have joined in. Thank you so much for joining. I've just noticed, Lou, someone said, is Timstar still a part of WF Education? I don't know if you want to speak on that.
No, we were acquired by Commercial Services Group in February 2025, so we are no longer part of WF Education Group, which owned us back when Tim Wilton Morgan, hence the name Tim Star, rats backwards, sold the company in 2009, and then WF Education sold it to Commercial Services Group in 2025.
Yeah.
I hope that answers the question.
I also saw someone said, how many notes do I have to take? I think the slides will be emailed out, and there will be a recording after the session. The session is being recorded, so you will get a link to the recording. So yeah, if you are a quick writer and you want to write some stuff down, please feel free, but you will get all the resources afterwards. Right, let me see if I can share my screen. Bear with me. This one. Right, so I am joining you today from, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Personal? Yes, excellent. If I come into from beginning. Cool. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up.
Little thumbs up coming up.
Awesome. I'm joining today from Keele University, which is where I came to uni. I did my undergrad and postgrad here, and we are in the little project lab that the third years use to do their final year projects. This is where I do all of my videos from. So if you are familiar with our YouTube channel, the setting here might look vaguely familiar. I've noticed that my video feed keeps zooming in and out on my face. That isn't something that I'm personally doing. I don't know why my PC thinks it's intelligent enough to be doing this, but yeah, it does seem to be doing that. So please bear with me if you end up really far in on my face. And yeah, In this title slide, this is some of the equipment that I am hoping to cover today. In the last one, I was hoping to get on to doing the ripple tank, and I think we just didn't quite have time to do it. But that is here set up next to me. So that is high on the priority list. But yeah, basically, I've got a lot of equipment to get through today, so I'll try and keep it short and snappy. But just to update you with our relationship with Timstar, we've got lots and lots of new product being listed now through the work of Lucienne and your lovely new product manager, Mark Jeffrey. So you have also designed this lovely brochure, this physics lab equipment brochure. This is available on the Timstar website, and I think there might be plans to take it to events and things like that.
Yeah.
But that lists all of the equipment that you have just taken from us and opening up the route to our brand through Timstar to a much greater extent. So a massive thank you to Mark Jeffrey. I know he joined last time, but if you're out there, Mark, massive thank you. This summer, we are planning to release a lot of new product as well. So please keep your eyes on our social media, Timstar social media, and both of our websites. We've got lots of exciting things to bring out this summer. And just to get started, I just wanted to share with you something exciting that I did relatively recently. For Science Week, my daughter's primary school wrote me into doing a science assembly. And I had this ridiculous thought at like 11:30 at night that maybe I should deliver it dressed as Cinderella. And the whole idea was that it was to like smash stereotypes and, tell the small children that science is for everybody and it doesn't matter what you wear, it doesn't matter what you look like, anyone is capable of doing science and belongs in science. So I didn't really know who to ask at the time. No one was going to be like at 11:30 in my house. I've got two small kids. So I asked ChatGPT, do we think this is a good idea for me to dress up in fancy dress to deliver it? And its response was absolutely. Everyone is going to remember the person, like the princess that turned up and blew stuff up, rather than someone just giving a PowerPoint presentation. And I've had such lovely feedback. One kid said to her mum, she's like, "Mummy, why aren't you a scientist?" And gaslit her a little bit. But yeah, honestly, I've had such nice feedback. Some of the kids come up to me in the playground being like, you're the lady from the science assembly." And I've had lots of people just saying that their daughters are now seeing themselves as scientists and saying things like, I can be a scientist and wear princess dresses. And it's such a lovely message to get across. So yeah, if you are a school and you do any kind of like primary outreach, I would definitely recommend putting on a science assembly or just getting them in and showing them some experiments. They are so enthusiastic and it's such a lovely sector to be involved in. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little video with you. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, I posted this a couple of months ago. And honestly, the response, like the hooping and hollering, it's so lovely. So yeah, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, please do, and you'll keep up to date with lots of things. A couple of other notices that I just wanted to put out there that hopefully will be very useful to you out there. Prep room is a thing. Sometimes when I do these technician events, I ask who's on prep room, and there are always some people that have no idea that it exists. So prep room is an open forum. So this will be especially useful if you are a technician, like a sole technician, and don't have anyone to ask questions in your school. Like I say, it's an open forum, so you can post any question. So many science technicians are already members on there, and they will come back to you honestly within minutes. It's a really well used resource, and you can also search past threads and find out information. And it's all, what's it called, like audited. So yeah, it's a really good bank of information and resources. Definitely become a member if you're not already one. And I also wanted to highlight two big key players in the world of CPD. So if you have teachers or you are a teacher at your school and you feel like you want a bit more knowledge on physics curriculum and physics background, we've got Physics Partners and the Ogden Trust. And these guys facilitate free teacher CPD that you can go along to. They also do online stuff. And yeah, if you didn't know of them, please do check them out. Again, they're really good organizations to be in touch with. Right, so moving on to Lascells. A lot of people don't realize that we operate entirely out of the UK. So this is our UK factory. It's based in Shropshire in a little Tudor town called Market Drayton. And this is where the magic happens. We literally design, manufacture and sell all from this building and support, obviously. So my office is up here, and we've got like a little mezzanine up here, but it's all open plan in here. We've got electronics down here, big workshop. This is our machine room down here with the big CNCs in it, the router. And then upstairs we've got screen printing, and sometimes we film videos up here as well. None of it is soundproof though. So the audio is always very suspect on the videos that we film at work. But yes, also we are a very small team. So again, sometimes people think that we're a massive company, and we're absolutely not. There's only 13 of us, me included. And we are a team of physicists, engineers, and ex-teachers. So everyone that's involved in the business is all really passionate about improving education, and we just want to do our best for supporting practical science in schools. So why should you buy from Lascells? Well, you get excellent technical support, you get direct access to me, you get direct access to our resellers like Lucien. Lucien has been in the business for a very long time. And I absolutely love working with you, Lucy. You're very talented, and you know a lot about products. So thank you for your support on the front line. Like I said, we design, manufacture, and support everything from the UK, so there's no time delays. If you're setting something up and it's not working, and you want a quick Q&A of how do I get this working, you can literally just pick up the phone, call our landline, and it's likely going to be me that's picking up the phone. So yeah, I can help you out at the drop of a hat. You get the quality guarantee and the 1 year free manufacturer's warranty. So when you buy something, you are covered completely for that first year, and we can support you with spares and repairs well beyond that. So even if you've got something in the cupboard that is like 20 years old, please do feel free to ring us up and ask us if we can fix it. If we can help you out, we absolutely will. So you get really good customer service from us. That's something that I take great pride in. I did mention our YouTube channel before. If you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel already, please do take a look. This is not just to sell you our product, it's to tell you how to use it, how to do the experiment, some science and background behind why bother doing the experiment in the first place, which can be a massive barrier to some students. Some students think, why on earth, miss? Why are you trying to teach me this? Where are the applications? So yeah, I try to go into a lot more than just buy this equipment because. So even if you don't have, say, our Boyle's Law, for example, you still might find the Boyle's Law video useful, because it's got all that extra information in there. It's got kind of what results you should expect, what to do with the results once you've got it. So yeah, I use our equipment because it's what I've got access to, but it should be applicable on a much wider scale. But if you do have a YouTube account, if you've got a Google account, you've automatically got a YouTube account. So yeah, please do subscribe. It would mean an awful lot. Thank you. Right, so shall we try and do the ripple tank first? Because this is the one that I wanted to get onto last time and didn't quite get a chance. So just to give you a brief introduction to it, this is the compact ripple tank. It's nice and small. When you get it out of the box, honestly, it looks like this. There is literally no setup to do. You don't have to plug it into a, like a lab power supply. You don't have to plug it into a SIG-gen. There's no legs to attach. Literally, all you've got to do is grab it out of the box, fill this tray up full of water, plug it in and turn it on, and then you're literally ready to go. They are nice and small, so you can either use it with a visualizer and blow it up on the big screen, or ideally, if you've got enough funding, which is a sore point for a lot of schools, I understand that. I know that budgets are really stretched at the moment, but if there's the opportunity to, you can have multiple per classes. And you can let the students get hands-on and put the shapes in themselves and have that idea of like you could give them an open-ended question of get your ripple tank to show diffraction, for example, and there's a couple of ways that you can do that, and they can have a go at putting in the shapes themselves and really understanding how to use that equipment rather than it just being blown up on the big screen. I know a lot of people are also saying let's just run a sim for the ripple tank lab because it's such a pain setting the equipment up. And if a teacher comes to you and they say, don't worry about getting the ripple tank out today, I'm just going to run a simulation or I'm just going to show a video, I really want you to say to that teacher, come on, we can do better. Like, this is your role as the technical person in the school to make sure that these people feel comfortable and confident in doing this practical work, and I am here to help you do that. So yeah, we need to make sure that practical science is still happening in schools. That's really, really important.
Got a question for you, Nick.
Yeah, go
on. Do you have a bigger version of the Ripple tank?
We don't. So we specialise in this tiny one. There are bigger versions available, but honestly, all of the science is still there. This packs a big punch in a small in a small footprint. So let me see if I can set up this phone and get it working for you. So I'm going to try and switch over to my other feed. Bear with me. If I turn camera on, what's this looking like? I stopped sharing my screen for a moment. I should actually say, bear with me. The Institute of Physics had their hands on our little Ripple tank and they've given it 4.5 stars out of 5. So that is a massive accolade for us. This is one of our key selling products that sells globally really, really well. I'd probably say it's between this and the Cloud Chamber that I showed last time. They're probably our two most successful products that people recognize our brand for. So yeah, it's a good one, this one. What I'm going to do is stop sharing this screen and come off this camera. Now you will see that my camera is currently in portrait mode. And I think I've worked out how to flip it, but it might just take me a little minute. And I'm going to have to put my face under that camera feed. So you're going to see up my nose and I can only apologize. Please bear with me. I'm going to turn this video off so it doesn't get confused. And also, can I just say, if you want to ask any questions at any time, please do feel to pop in. You're not going to throw me off. As you can tell, this is definitely not scripted. So yeah, Lucy, if you could monitor the chat for me, that would be very helpful.
I'm having a little look. It says, can you switch the strobing off on? And I did answer, yes, you can.
Yeah.
We have one and the teachers use it with a visualizer, which is great.
Excellent. Yeah, there was something on Prep Room, I think, recently that said someone couldn't use it with the visualizer. But yeah, it's definitely possible. Right, if I pin that, is that working? Can everyone see the Ripple tank big as the only camera feed now?
No.
No. Okay.
There is a thumbs up from someone, so it might just be me because I'm in a different view.
Okay.
So you might be good. Lots of thumbs up, so I think you're okay, Nick.
Right.
Got someone saying that we have both the Ripple tank and the previous version, and our teachers prefer this one as it's much more user friendly.
That's always good to hear. Excellent feedback.
Another Samantha has said we have 2 of these, which is great.
I'm just going to jump in quickly. Sorry, a voice from the unknown. It's Claire here supporting in the chat. We do have a question also in the Q&A that asks, can we get the main cable for the Ripple tank or do we need to purchase it separately? We also need a frequency counter.
Excellent. 2 very good questions. We do a spare power supply for the Ripple tank. Lucy, and I can give you costing for that. And the frequency counter, I think Mark will have added that.
Yeah.
So that should be available soon through Timstar if it's not already. Still can't find a way to turn this round.
Yeah, anything that Lascells do, we can obviously add to the range. It's easy to set up. Mark can set it up very quickly, provide a code and a price for ordering. And that'll make Nick happy because it's even more getting added to the range.
Honestly, on my laptop view, it says that I can just rotate this video feed, but it's not doing it on my phone. How upsetting. Never mind. Right, shall we see? It should, all the science is still the same, it's just sideways. So let's persevere, shall we? If I could keep an eye on what it looks like over here. I'll try my best to do it like this. Okay, so yeah, I'm sincerely sorry about that. This is in portrait mode for some reason. I can't get it to behave itself. But this is the top-down view of the Ripple tank. To reveal its insides, we just have to hinge away the lid at the top. And this is what it comes with. So it comes with a tray of all the different accessories. So we've got lots of different dippers and some reflector plates as well. And
the suggestion, Nick, was to rotate the Ripple tank 90 degrees.
Oh, can we do that? That's a good idea.
Yes.
Oh, how do I? Ooh.
Yep, that looks good.
Hey, here we go. Okay, right.
Yep, getting a
Do you
thumbs
know
up
what?
there.
How many scientists does it take to get this right? Hey, that's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Amazing. Right, so this is much better. Thank you so much. Right, so yeah, like I say, top-down view of the ripple tank. Literally all I've done to get it plugged in is plug it into the mains cable. So this will be the spare part that the technician was asking for before. Absolutely, we can supply that to you. The knobs on the front, let me I can lift it up and show you. Yes, here we go. So we've got a switch for the waves, turn them on or off. And then we've got wave control and strobe control. And then we've got the light control here called strobe. So it can either be on free, which is just where it's independent of the waves, off, so no light. And we've also got a sync function. Now, the sync function is really, really important because it syncs the light frequency to the frequency of the wave dipper. So basically, it will make all of your ripples stationary on the top. So that's important. Luce, I'll try and be quiet occasionally. So if you need to jump in, you can, okay?
Okay, will do.
Right, so this is the little tray that sits just here. And then all we have to do to get it working is get some water and fill it up. So here is a jug of water I prepared earlier. I'm going to fill this tank full of water up to about halfway. Very good. And then you will see, these are all the dippers that it comes with. So we've got a point source dipper. I'll just grab this one out and attach it. All I've got to do is just press this dipper down on the stem until the bottom of the dipper reaches in the water, and I can flick the waves on. Now I know that we are getting that strobing effect, and I might be able to do something about that if I fiddle with the frequency of my camera, but we haven't really got time to be playing with it. So hopefully you can see some nice circular waves coming out from this point source dipper. So this is circular waves or spherical waves. It's a really nice model. I can see some thumbs up, so thank you, team. Not many demos we can do with that one. It's just to show what circular wave looks like. Let's put the double point source dipper in and see what we get with that. So as you'll see, it's super, super quick and easy just to change these dippers out. Flick this back on. Ta-da! So what we're seeing here is interference. So this dual source dipper is acting as a coherent source of waves. So you should see some maxima and some minima in this wave pattern. So super quick and easy demonstration of interference. Obviously, because it's on one stem, we can't have any phase difference between the two dippers, but you can still really quickly and easily show interference. And then if we bring this guy out, we've got the plane wave dipper. So this is the dipper that you'll be using the most. So if you're ever in doubt about which dipper you should be using, it's probably this one.
There's a quick question in the Q&A asking, do they clip or snap on?
Neither really. It's just like a really nice, tight, snug fit. So you can, it all depends on the height of the water as to how far down you want to push it on. But yeah, there probably is a limit actually how far down you can push it where it reaches the bottom of the tank. But it's all very much have a look and see if it looks right. Because it just depends how much water you've got in your tank, essentially, how far down you want to push it. So ideally, the bottom of the dipper should just be in the water for the best results. So if I put this on, you should be able to see some nice waves. So they're nice and thick at the moment. And then I can adjust the frequency, adjust the wavelength using the waves to make the wavelength smaller or make it larger.
Lots of thumbs up, Nick.
Nice.
And hearts coming through.
So you should be able to see that I have synced the strobe to the waves. So the light source and the wave generator are in sync. So we've got that nice stationary pattern. If we wanted it to be moving, we can flick the strobe to free. Oh, that's nasty, isn't it? Let me move around with the strobe and see if I can make it less horrendous. So there's lots of like video feedback that we're seeing on the screen right now. But basically what's happening is that the waves are now moving along the tank.
Got a question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
We can't fit the dipper onto the white peg. Any advice?
Oh, really? Is it our dipper? Would be the question. If your dippers have somehow become deformed, which I've never seen before, but if that is the case, we definitely do a spare dipper set. Gosh, how would that become deformed? Maybe if you've put it in a drying cabinet to get it dry after it's been wet, then maybe that would upset it. Someone said it needs a good push. Yeah, I mean, if we have a look at the back of a dipper, it's got like a little gap in it, so it will give. Yeah, try shoving it on, and if you're still having problems, give me a shout, and we can either do a Teams call or I can get some spare dippers out to you. But yeah, we'll definitely be able to get you sorted. If it's dippers from someone else's tank, then they might not be compatible. It all just depends on the width of that stem that's fitting through there. But yeah, if it's our dippers, then that is unusual. I've seen that before. Can you turn the strobe off and just have light? We can turn it to that sync function, which syncs the light to the source, so it looks like there isn't any strobing effect. So you can't see it on the PC screen as it is, but when I'm looking at it with my human eye, it looks like the light's permanently on. Like there's no pulsing, should we say, of the light in real life. Is that strobe frequency adjusting as you adjust the wave frequency? Yes, it is, and that is because I've put the strobe onto sync. So when I fiddle about with the waves, it will also automatically sync the strobe. And if I were to fiddle with the strobe button, it doesn't do anything, so it's all dependent on the waves. Does that make sense? Right, let me show you some quick demos. One of my favorites is with this guy. This is, oh, sorry, where do I need to be? Here. This is like a curved reflector. Gosh, it's really difficult, this. I'm trying to do it backwards. And whoop. Yeah, curved reflector. So it's just a metal plate. I'm going to plonk this in the tank, like so. And essentially what this is going to do is we are getting plane waves coming in. They're going to bounce off this metal reflector plate and then hopefully do something exciting in the middle. Now, if I change the waves slightly, get the wavelength looking nice, you should hopefully be able to see that we are concentrating all of those waves at a focal point just about here. So this is essentially showing you how satellite dishes work. So we've got that great big satellite dish to get sky. So all the radio waves are coming at that dish in planes, like planar wave fronts. And then they all get collected by our big dish. And then we have that little receiver arm, and that sits at the focal point of that dish that's acting as a lens. And it collects all of that pattern from that area, focuses it down to that point and sends it to our TV, so we get a lovely clear signal. It's a really nice demo to do that one.
Got a couple of questions coming through, Nick.
Yeah.
Is that strobe frequency adjusting as you adjust the wave frequency?
Yeah, I think I caught that one.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, yeah, it was because I was I had the strobe on sync, so automatically it clicks the two together just to make it easy for you. And
do you have a frequency counter that you could show us?
Enter stage left. Yes, we do. So this is our little frequency counter. I know it looks a little bit rough and ready. It's PCB essentially with no box around it, and we've done that purely to make it as cheap as possible for you. And we appreciate that this is a piece of equipment that doesn't really do a great deal. So we didn't want to put it in a nice box and then make it cost about £90. So all you've got to do to use this thing is turn it on, sit it on the top of the tank, and it will give you a frequency readout in hertz. So that's looking quite strange on the PC screen, but I can tell you in real life, it is giving a value of 54 Hertz. Now, if you do this in your classroom and it's not giving you any value at all, I would recommend just cupping around the sensor. Sometimes it gets flooded with ambient light, so it just can't take the reading. That's the biggest troubleshooting that I see with this product. But I'll just show you, if I was to change the waves, you should be able to see the frequency change. Dun, dun. So the whole point of this product is that in the required practical, you have to calculate the frequency or measure the frequency. And the idea is that once your students have got that value, to them, you know, that value is just a number. Like, how do they verify that what they've done is right? Do they get any satisfaction just from getting the number? Well, they can put this on top of the ripple tank and just check that the number they have got is right and the physics that they've done works. And it isn't a lie. They've done something useful. So that is where this product really comes into its own, just so that you can verify that there is a point and purpose to the maths that your students have just done. You don't necessarily need a load of these, maybe just one that the students can share around, but it is a nice little addition to the ripple tank. Thank you for the question.
And we have another question. How much is the frequency counter?
Oh, this is probably one for you.
I know, I'm going to have a look now.
Okay.
Just whilst you're looking that up, we did have a question also about how you dry the dippers. Do you let it air dry afterwards? It's a question that came in the Q&A.
Well, they won't get too wet, to be honest. It's literally just like maybe the base of the dipper. So you could always get like a cloth and just dry that off. Yeah, I just said, I said maybe putting them in a drying cabinet might affect the plastic. That's the only time I've ever come across like plastic becoming deformed on something, is when I put some of my old sample cells in a drying cabinet and it deformed them. That was just a solution to maybe why someone's dippers maybe have changed shape. But yeah, literally just wipe them off and they'll be absolutely fine. We've done a video on using food colouring in a ripple tank as well, and that works really nicely if you wanted coloured waves. And again, these are quite resistant to food colouring, so you can just wipe that off again. As long as they're not sat in like concentrated food colouring, they should be absolutely fine. What else should I show you? Let me quickly show you diffraction through an aperture. So if we use some of these little L-shaped plates, we can create a tiny little gate for it to go through. So I've got one L shape here, another one here, and we've still got plane waves coming through. And then if I tune the wavelength so it's just right, hopefully you should be able to see we've got plane waves at the top and some nice circular waves coming out at the bottom. If I maybe push this up a bit further, I might be able to see some more circular ones. Here we go. So you see this wavefront at the bottom here, it's now like curved completely. So this explains why you can hear people through a door when you can't see them line of sight, because the sound kind of diffracts through that aperture as it goes through. And the key thing for this is that we need the wavelength to be roughly similar to that gap in the aperture. And that's when diffraction effects are most appreciable. So if you do this and you don't see very good results, just tune that wavelength ever so slightly and you should find the sweet spot. Excellent. I was just checking the chat just to make sure we've not missed anything.
You're all right. I think I've covered it unless Claire, have you picked up on anything?
No more in the Q&A, but yeah, I'll keep jumping in if there's any more that pop up.
Excellent. So for a few quick
hacks. Come through, sorry, Nick. Sorry to interrupt. It's Karen has asked, can you use the frequency counter on any ripple tank?
Yes, you can. So this has literally just got an LDR in the bottom of it as the sensor. So literally just put that on any light source and it will be able to give you a reading for it. The readout up here is in Hertz, so it's in nice SI units. So yeah, just shine it at any light source and it should work.
And we don't have that, so hopefully that's going into our range, into the Timstar range. And as I said in the chat, I'm happy to price match on any product if you see it cheaper elsewhere. Obviously, We are very good in terms of stock, which I mentioned at the start, so you will get it very quickly from us.
Awesome. Thank you, Luce. I've noticed that someone says, how difficult is refraction in the Ripple tank? Now, this is a pain, but with our Ripple tank, it's super, super easy. I'm going to give you a hack that you can use. So for this, we need this kind of shape. And you will see at the minute that maybe our lines aren't perfectly straight. So first hack, to get the lines perfectly straight in a Ripple tank, you want to get yourself a little bit of washing up liquid. I've got some on a spoon here, if you can just about see. I'm going to put a bit of this on my finger. I'm going to turn the waves off for a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this washing up liquid and just wipe it around the outside of the tank. And what we're doing here is just reducing the surface tension in the tank. Put a little bit back here. And also a little bit on the underside of the dipper. Turn that on. Whoa. And hopefully, it's definitely obvious from my point of view, but the lines are so straight and smooth now. So yeah, that surfactant has really helped just the jaggedness of the water. So previously, just the surface tension of the water molecules, and they all want to stick together, was making the waves really choppy. But as soon as we do that washing up liquid trick, it makes it so nice and smooth.
Right. With that one, Nick?
Hey, nice.
You are a magician, Claire said.
It's someone else's trick. I learned it off someone else, so it's all about trick
Fiona
show.
has said, amazing, it's a game changer.
Oh. So the other quick fix I wanted to show you as well is this one's had a lot of usage, so you can see it's come off a little bit. But what you can do is print a millimeter scale off on acetate sheet. And if you lie that in the bottom of the tank, it will, oh, I don't know if you'll be able, yeah, you can just about see it on the video. It will project up through the screen, and that will give you a lovely calibrated ruler to take that wavelength measurement with for the required practical. So that is a really good hack. If you don't do that already, buy yourself some acetate sheet, print off a millimeter scale on it, and hey presto, you've got your own little ruler.
Evelyn has asked Nick, are the bubbles a problem?
No, not at all. So obviously, once you put the washing up liquid in there, don't go mixing it up with your finger and making a potion, then you will get bubbles. But I think the agitation from the dipper, it's so smooth and slight that it doesn't create any bubbles whatsoever. Never had that problem, so you should be fine. Right, someone asked about refraction, so let's have a quick go at that. What we want to do is put the shape in. Believe it's best in this kind of orientation. So if we have a look at that, we've got some weird effects going on, haven't we? Shall we see if we can just add a little bit more? Does it look like without? Lines have gone a bit to pot again, haven't they? Let me put some washing up liquid in it just to get those lines smoothed out again. Then, how did this, I think the shape is best going in like this. If I remember correctly. Or is it like that? Maybe it's like that. Can't quite remember. Let me just check my notes. Refraction with the flat bit at the top. No, I was right first way around. I shouldn't have second guessed myself. Here we go. So yeah, trick is we want to get the water so it's covering all of the shape. We'll have a quick look at what it looks like. Oh, the waves are still very wobbly, aren't they? Let's put a bit more of this in. Nice smooth waves. So what we want to do is refraction happens when it's very deep in this part of the tank and very shallow on this part of the tank. And what we should see is these lines start bending towards the normal. So these should start getting a little bit bent. So what we want to do is take some water out of the tank on this part. So your best friend for this practical is one of these syringes. Bear with me. So I need to get my jug of water so I can dispense some water out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the syringe on this part of the shape and suck some water out.
Does the little ruler come with the pack, Nick?
No, we don't print them out. So yeah, or you can literally do it on any kind of printer. We've just printed that on our office printer. So just try running a piece of acetate through your printer and see if it works. If you have any problems, just email me. I might be able to do your freebie and shove one in the post for you. Oh, it's already starting to happen. Can you see? So we've got nice straight lines here, and they're starting to bend. Oh, let's
Are you using distilled water? I think it's just ordinary water.
No, this is the scummiest water going. It's out. I can see floaters in it and all sorts. So no, the kind of water you're using, it doesn't make any difference at all. But yeah, hopefully you should be able to see really appreciable refraction effects now. So it's nice and straight on this side, and we're going up into the shape here. So yeah, super quick and easy, but it's all made a difference with this syringe. So if you haven't got one of these in the granulous tray where you keep your ripple tanks, yeah, bung one of them in there, and super quick and easy to do that. I think that is the demo that people struggle with the most with ripple tanks. But yeah, have a few goes at it. The worst thing that can happen when you're doing it is if you take too much water out of here and you get a dry spot on your shape. At which point you're not going to see anything because you need water on this shape at all times. But if that happens, just bung a bit more water back in and go again. And I promise with a little bit of practice, you'll get there. Awesome. Right, where are we now? Crikey, how have I spent so much time doing that? Right, hopefully that's been really, really useful. I want to show you something else while we've got time, if that's okay. If I turn this off, how do I go about doing this? Yes, right. If I come back on this video, hello, and if I try and turn this one off, oh my goodness, has that one gone off now? Yeah, let's see if I can remove pin. Right. I wanted to show you a new product today. It's the first time it's ever had any airtime, so it's very exciting. Over there, let me just crack my laptop. Quick deal for lab, why not? Thank you. Oh, it's doing the zoom in thing. Hopefully it'll zoom back out for me. What I wanted to show you is our new advanced timer, this is called. So this has got lots of different timing modes. You can use it with lots of different Lascells equipment like G by Freefall, our reaction timer, and also our light gate. And it's got 4 different modes. The top mode is gate 1 start, gate 1 stop. So this is where you'd have a light gate in it, and you just want to look at the speed in gate 1. So that's what you'd use that mode for. The next one, we've got gate 1 start, gate 2 stop. So that's the mode that you use for G by Freefall. We also then have something called triple time. Now this one's really important because what it will do is it will give you time in gate 1, time in gate 2, and also the time between gates. So this one is what is needed for the F equals MA practical, where you've got to work out acceleration. And it's just a really nice, quick, easy way of being able to do light gate experiments without having to do any kind of data login. It's all self-contained. You don't need any software. You don't need any connection to a PC. Everything will be read out on this little screen. And then lastly, we've got picket fence, which is where we drop one of these guys through a light gate, and it will give you an approximate value for little g, the acceleration due to gravity. So we're really excited about this product. Like I say, it gives you a quick, easy light gate system. So let me quickly show you how it works. Here I have got 2 light gates. There's the other one, there he is. If I just show you the side profile, you should be able to see. Why are you zooming in? Don't do that. If I put my face in it, maybe it will cooperate better. Right, so I've got 2 little light gates here. These have got 3.5mm jacks on, so I can connect these to the timer. So if I plug this one into gate 2, Cool. And plug this first one into gate 1. It's all very, very simple on the timer. It's just got 2 little sockets. One's called gate 1, one's called gate 2. I can't sit back down, it might zoom back out, will it? No. If I push this down a little bit more. Right, so in real life, you would have these light gates suspended over a track with a trolley going through them. To demonstrate how the triple timing thing works, I'm going to flick it onto triple time. So I just have to press the mode button. Oh, press reset, triggered it. Press the mode button until we get to mode 3. And then I need to trigger gate 1. So I'm going to pass something through gate 1. It says timing. Pass something through gate 2. And then it gives me my results. So if I let you see this, hopefully I'm at the right angle. So it should say gate 1, and it will give you a timing measurement. Gate 2, another timing measurement. And then it should say between gates. So this is all the information that you need to be able to get that value for acceleration. And the important thing as well is that it doesn't just put out a value for acceleration. It makes you have to do the sums, do the math yourself. So it's not a black box essentially. And remember, I haven't plugged this into any software. There's no external PC. It's a completely self-contained unit. And it's also very affordable. I don't think it's on Timstar's website just yet, but it is coming. Mark Jeffrey assures me it is coming.
Yes, it will be, Nick, definitely.
So yes, that is that in a nutshell. I can't believe I spent so long messing around, but hopefully that was really useful. I'm conscious that it was till 2 o'clock, wasn't it?
Yep, 3 o'clock, and we've got the prize giveaway. We've got your lovely questions so that we can give away Timstar vouchers.
Excellent.
So it was to make sure that everybody sort of stayed on to the end so that we can do the competition.
Yeah, cool. Would you want to do that then? I've just seen a comment. Someone said, "Be warned, I ruined our printer by trying to print on acetate." So yeah, maybe don't do that. I can talk to our technical team and see if we can maybe start including that as standard in the product. I don't want to be ruining anyone's printers out there. So yeah, maybe that's a problem that we need to solve in-house. Yeah, let me talk to our team about that.
Okay, so I'm going to come back on so that you can see me again, and I'm going to ask, so it's fingers on the buzzer. It's the first to answer the question right will receive a £20 Timstar voucher. So is everybody ready? Question 1, and these were set by our lovely Nick. What units is frequency measured in? What units is frequency measured in? And Claire is going to monitor that chat so that we can see who the first person who answered the correct question. It was either hertz, seconds, or wavelengths.
Oh no, those were the options, Lucy.
Oh, those were the options. So the correct answer, sorry, is hertz. And I see lots of people putting hertz or HZ.
Yeah, so fast. That was incredibly fast. Even needing the options. Congratulations to Hayley Osby, who was first there.
Hayley, there is a £20 Timstar voucher going to be winging its way to you in your email inbox.
Well done, you. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know about the format of the questions. I thought it was like a multiple choice thing. So yeah, the right answers will have a big correct.
I've got the big correct. So I've got question 2 and I've got the big correct next to it. Are you ready? Fingers at the buzzer for your next £20 Timstar voucher. What is the approximate accepted value for G, acceleration due to gravity? Oh, I've got lots of right answers. It's 9.81. So, Claire, again, if you could identify who got in there the quickest.
Congratulations to Julia Bresler, who was the quickest there.
Congratulations, Julia. A £20 Timstar voucher is going to be winging its way into your email inbox shortly. And the last question that Nick has set, question 3, to win another £20 Timstar voucher. What is Planck's first name? What is Planck's? Oh, we've got the right answers coming through now. The correct answer is Max.
Amazing. I think this one was the hardest one. You either know it or you don't. So yeah, well done, team.
And well done to Mel, who got the correct answer there.
Well done, Mel. There'll be another Timstar £20 voucher winging its way into your email inbox. So thank you so much. There will be another poll. It's a survey that I did mention at the start. If you could complete just a few minutes of your time, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you could fill that in, obviously we want your feedback. Did you enjoy it? What did you think of it? I've got it up there. How would you rate your event that you've seen today? Nick is absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much, Nick, for a wonderful session. Thank you, Claire, for a completely different format. It's generated a lot more interest. These events are becoming so much more bigger. Time for maybe getting additional hair and makeup in now to get me prepared for these events. And then we've got the last one before the summer holidays in June. So we'll get that out on the Timstar website. We'll notify our lovely delegates of when that will be happening and what the title will be. But we obviously try to rotate it round so you get a bit of physics, a bit of chemistry, a bit of biology. So we'll let you know. But thank you so much, everybody, for attending this afternoon. I hope that was worthwhile. It's always worthwhile, Nick. You're always so knowledgeable and so experienced in the physics field. And I can't wait to see all of you lovely people at an event somewhere across the UK and Scotland and England and Wales, as I will be attending lots of different events all over the whole of the UK. So looking forward to seeing everybody face to face, and come and say hello.
Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, thank you. I think there's a bit of a discrepancy in the chat. Someone thinks that they might have been a couple above one of the winners. So yeah, we will definitely double check and see who came in first. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We'll sort that out. Don't you worry. We won't have anybody not have their £20 Timstar voucher. Yeah. We'll make sure, even if we have to give out more, we'll sort you out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone. And I've just posted the survey link in the chat. So we'd love some feedback on the event today. And it's a great opportunity to connect them with Timstar also, and just provide some feedback on events that you might like to see in the future as well.
We'll definitely do a follow-up because I've got a whole table of stuff that I haven't got round to. So yeah, we need to do another one.
Fantastic, Nick. That's wonderful. Love your equipment. There's lots to talk about.
As always, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. I hope the weather gets better. Bring out the sunshine.